Hello, welcome to the class. In this particular semester, we are going to study about different heads of incomes. In the previous semester, we have studied about salary head. So, in the salary head, what are the different types of salaries, what are the different allowances, how it is taxable, which are the exempt allowances, and what are the perquisites. So, how to file income tax return, all those things we have studied in the previous semester. In this semester, we are going to study about the remaining heads of incomes, that is income from it may be income from house property, it may be income from business income we are going to study in this particular chapter. Then it is capital gains we are going to study in this particular chapter. Then these are 1 2 3 heads are over. Then other source we are going to study here in this particular semester. So already we have studied income from salary is already over. So after salary in this semester we are going salary is over. House property we are going to study, business income, business and professional income we are going to study, gains from capital, that is capital gains we are going to study, then other source. So these are the different concepts we are going to study in this particular semester. So out of this income from house property is the first chapter you are going to study in your business taxation syllabus. So income from house property we are going to study here. So what is house property income? Now house property income is an income which you will arrive or it will arise from a house. Whatever income you earn from a house, which is called as income from house property. Now what is called to be a house? House is a building, yeah, and here for the income house property purpose, building and a land opportunity to that, yeah, that means the land attached to that particular building will be considered together for calculation purpose. So now our income from house property, now what is the income from house property? That is the income which you will earn from a house property. So that is the concept what you should know before going to the next slide. Now I told house property. So this house property has two different types of there are two different types of house property. One is self occupied house property, other one is let out house property. So these are the two different types of house properties what are available for us for the purpose of studying. Now we'll see what is the self occupied house property. As it says, self means it is a own house, it is a house property where you will reside. It is your own house property, it is your own house, I can tell it is your own house where you will reside, yeah, nimde mane, where you will reside. So that is both may be your own houses, but here you will reside. So your residence, self occupied house property is a house property where you will reside. So that is a concept you have to remember, where you will reside. So you will reside in that particular house property. That is a concept what you should remember. Whereas this is a house property, you are getting rent from this, you are renting to someone else. So this is for your own residence purpose, this is for your outsider. So you are getting rent from this particular house property. These are two types of house properties what we are going to study in this particular semester. There are two types of house properties. One is self occupied house property. Self occupied house property is your own house property, whereas let out house property is a house property which you are letting it to someone else. So when you let a house property to someone else, to the outsider, that means you will get rent. So in case of self occupied house property, you are not generating any income. In case of let out house property, you are generating some income. So these are the basic things what you should know when it comes to types of house properties. Next concepts we'll see. So some of the basic things we should know about the house property we'll see one by one. Now income from house property is taxable. So what is taxable? So it is taxable, first of all, what is taxable is a rent. So you will get a income in the form of rent, and that rent is taxable in the hands of the assessee. Now this income also may include loss. So loss is also considered in the income. So you have some income and you have some loss, so both the things are adjusted and finally you will pay tax. So that is the essential things. So even loss will be covered in the income what you earn in the house property. Then so from what it is, it should be a rent from house. It should be rent from house. If you get any other rent from any other asset is not covered here. So any other assets is not covered here. That means along with the house you are giving furnitures or any types of fixtures, fittings, any types of other physical things. For this, if you charge any rent, it won't come under this income from house property. Or in front of your house there is, or in the besides of your house there is some ground, you are letting that ground, but that thing won't come under your house property. Then one more thing is now as I told, other things won't cover. That means what will cover? So what will cover? Income from house is covered. Income from house is covered. House means what? House means the building and land attached to that particular building. Land attached to that particular building. So these two things what we are supposed to consider. Quickly we'll see it again. So it is taxable mainly as rent. Rent is taxable. You will get the income as rent. So even loss, if you arrive if any loss is considered, even that loss is also covered. You should remember only from the house whatever income you are getting, that will be considered as house property income, whereas other assets will not be covered. Other assets won't be covered under income from other source. Now so income other won't be covered under income from house property. Now house property, I told, house means what? It is a building plus what? The land attached to the building. So these are the concepts what we should know when it comes to income from house property. So these are some of the basic things what we should know before we are going to the exact concept of income from house property. Now we'll move to the next concept. Now gross annual value. So what is this gross annual value? We are going to study here. Gross annual value is the amount on which we are considering tax liability. So gross annual value is the essential things what we have to study. So based on your gross annual value, we are calculating the annual value. Based on annual value of the house property, the taxability of the house property will be considered. The income of the house property will be considered based on this gross annual value. How you will calculate gross annual value? To calculate gross, here in brief I am going to teach you. So please pause this video and write down this particular format. This is essential. In brief, for each concepts I will give you separate notes and I will explain that also. So pause for a second and write this particular slide. Yes. So what and all things are there? Annual municipal value, fair rental value. So out of this annual municipal value and fair rental value, whichever is highest you will consider that amount. And one more concept which comes is standard rent. So these two concepts will be analyzed, and out of these two things lowest will be considered. Then after that one amount you will get, that amount is called as expected rent. So expected rent and the amount of actual rent whatever you will receive, both we will compare, and the highest value will be considered as gross annual value. So these are the things what we should remember here. So when there is vacancy loss, this is a one more step which is applicable. Please write down this also. I'll explain it later. Yes, so I hope you have written this. If not, please pause it and write it again. Write it now. So fourth step. So there are three steps I told. So in the previous slide we have seen that what were those three steps. One is annual value, fair rental value. These two things you will compare. Highest amount you will consider. Now that amount and standard rent. Lowest amount you will consider. That amount and expected rent. Highest one you will that amount and expected rent, that amount is called as expected rent and actual rent you will compare, and the highest one will be called as gross annual value. So these are the things what we studied just now. Then now these are in case of normal calculations. Now sometimes there is one more step is applicable, that is fourth step. See here, when fourth step is applicable. Now fourth step is applicable in such a situation when there is vacancy loss. When there is vacancy loss, in that case fourth step is applicable. Now what is this vacancy loss? Now whenever you are you are renting any house property, you may not get the tenant, or you may not get rent for all 12 months. Sometime for 1 or 2 months that house will be vacant. House vacant ಇರುವಾಗ that means there won't be any person. ಯಾರು ಜನ ಇರುವಾಗ rent also you won't get. So when you are not getting any vacancy, no one is there, then in that case this vacancy loss concept will occur. So when there is vacancy loss, the first gross annual value itself is considered as expected rent. Now what is gross annual value? Already I have told you, municipal value, fair rental value, highest value, that amount and standard rent, lowest one, standard rent and rent received. Out of these two things, highest will be considered as gross annual value. So that is our gross annual value. So that amount is considered as expected rent in case of this fourth step. When yavaga? When there is vacancy loss. When there is vacancy loss. Now when this now after this you have to deduct this vacancy loss. So this amount is called as expected rent. It amount to expected rent ಆಗ್ತದೆ. So that expected rent you have to this expected rent you have to minus ಮಾಡಬೇಕು from what? So vacancy loss you will consider, and actual rent received. So actual rent received andre, like for example every month you will get 10,000 as rent. So 10,000 into 12, that is your actual rent. Out of these two, highest will be considered as our gross annual value. So these are the brief things what we have to consider. Again I will tell you. So our normal step is municipal value and fair rental value. Municipal value, fair rental value. Out of these two things, whichever is higher will be considered. So this amount and standard rent we will compare. When we compare these things, lowest amount will be considered as what? Expected rent. This is our expected rent. Expected rent and rent received you will compare. So these two things, out of these two things, whichever is highest is called as gross annual value. It is called as gross annual value. So that is our gross annual value. Sometimes fourth step will come. So that fourth step means gross annual value is considered as expected rent here. From that expected rent, vacancy loss will be deducted. That amount and rent received, expected rent and rent received I told. So that amount will be considered here. Highest one will be considered as gross annual value. When we solve the problem, you will understand you will understand it very clearly. Yes. So these are the things in basic. These are the basic things what you should know here when it comes to gross annual value calculation. Now we'll see in detail what are these things that I told: municipal value, fair rental value, standard rent, ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳಿದೆ. So what these are the things, will see it here. Now determination of gross annual value I told: fair rental value, municipal value. Out of these two, highest one, that amount and standard rent, lowest amount, that amount and actual rent, highest amount will be considered as gross annual value. We'll see now how you will determine the annual value of the house property. First, fair rent. What is fair rent? Now fair rent is a rental value. You should remember, it is a rental value. Rental value who will get refers to the rent of the identical or similar type of house in the same locality. So these are the things you have to consider. So that is a rental value of the rent of identical ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಇರುವಂಥದ್ದು, similar or similar type of house in the same locality. In the same locality, if you have a similar house, for that particular building, how much rent you can get? So that amount is considered as fair rental value. Then so that is fair rental value. Next one we'll see municipal value. Municipal value of the property refers to the annual value of the house property, that is annual value of the house property, fixed by whom? Fixed by municipality for the purpose of levying municipal tax, for the purpose of levying municipal tax. So that is what we should know regarding municipal value. So it is the annual value of the house property fixed by whom? Fixed by municipality for which purpose? To levy municipal taxes. So that is municipal value. So this is clear. Fair rental value is the amount of rent you may get to a similar house property in the similar locality, whereas municipal value is the rent which is fixed by the municipality for the purpose of levying municipal tax. Next, standard rent. What is standard rent? We'll see. So standard rent is a rent fixed by Rent Control Act. So it is a rent fixed by Rent Control Act. So Rent Control Act will fix one particular rent. So that is fixed by Rent Controller Act in respective state. In each state, different Rent Controller Act will be there, and they will fix this particular rate. And always any amount of rent, a fair rent or municipal value, whatever it is, it should not be in excess of standard rent. Standard rent yavaglu it is a ceiling limit. Standard rent is a ceiling limit. You cannot go beyond this particular standard rent. Standard rent ಗಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ನಾವು ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ in every state there is a Rent Control Act and they will fix the value. Then one more is actual rent. Actual rent andre the rent which is at what cost the rent of the house properties let out. Like for example 5,000 per month ಗೆ let out ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. So 5,000 into 12. So 5,000 into 12 in the sense it is 60,000. 60,000 is the actual rent what you will receive. So these are the brief things what you should know regarding income from house property. Here, so after considering the concept of income from house property, after considering gross annual value, we should know about annual value. Now from the annual value there are deductions, that is municipal taxes, and there is from gross annual value there is a deduction called municipal tax. So when you deduct municipal tax, you will arrive at a value called annual value. So regarding these things we are studying in the upcoming classes. And now in today's class we studied about gross annual value. Gross annual value, main thing what you should remember is fair rental value and municipal value, whichever is highest, that amount and standard rent, whichever is lowest, that is known as expected rent. Expected rent and rent received, whichever is highest we will consider, and expected rent and rent received we will consider the highest one, that is our gross annual value. From gross annual value there is municipal tax is a deduction which is available. So we'll continue in the next class. Thank you. I'll send you the notes later, you can write it later. Thank you.